Bitcoin's future. And no, I'm not talking about the Bakkt or CME or any product like that. I'm talking about Bitcoin's real future amongst people invested in crypto. I could tell you what the future is trending towards. Imagine cyberpunk. Now, cyberpunk, for people that don't know it, is a world, they call it dystopian. We'll see soon enough, but maybe if you support, government in that, I guess it would be considered dystopian. But imagine a world where corporations, which they currently are getting more and more of, have more power. Individuals have the ability to create their own economy, which is building. And governments at this point are much weaker as people aren't invested into their economy, which more and more people are trying to get out of. Now, what's going on is the governments are trying to stop this from happening. They're trying to hold on to the same model they had since ancient times, where they try to keep society locked into their marketplace with their currency, which, by the way, really has no value, especially today. It used to be backed by gold, but that's non-existent anymore today. Now it's all backed by government debt. Well, they're going to try to create electronic currencies to combat this situation, in which they're going to try and link it to control more of your private property, whether it's in the form of your locks in your homes and your cars and everything else. So they could do things like, if you say anything that they don't like, they can lock you out of those things. They can call you a terrorist. They can seize all your assets and leave you hanging. We see that already happening and taking shape more and more. Now, the good thing is when they start doing things like that, that kind of world's not going to last long. People are going to be investing in different ways against it, and it'll collapse. But what we're looking at is a world that's building to counter that already right now. I'll give you an example. When I say corporations, if you think of the world of cyberpunk, you basically have three different entities. You have governments, which will be a lot weaker at this point. You have corporations, which in the world of cyberpunk, they actually create their own citizenships in that, and any real estate they acquire is under their control, absolutely. And then you have Bitcoin by name, which is kind of funny, but I imagine there could be numerous other cryptos as well thrown into that mix. A different marketplace there for a lot of individuals. Now, you're starting to see an example of that already, as Facebook's trying to form LibreCoin, keep changing it around as they lose support. They're eventually going to leave the model of the basket of currencies model and probably turn it towards, I would say eventually, the assets of Facebook itself, or what it's backed by, and go from there. And use their marketplace to grow it in that. Google is looking at building a marketplace and doing the same thing, developing their own electronic currency as well, their own form of money. And you're seeing more and more of that from different corporations like Samsung and that. I could even see Apple Pay. Now, what you're dealing with is the government's trying to find ways to regulate, to take control of them. And the irony is that to some extent corporations can control who goes in and out. Of course, so does the banking industry, and they're trying to protect their interests too. Well, now you have cryptocurrency, which has, they are more or less a governmentless marketplace. And they don't have to worry about trying to lobby or take control. They just are pushing to get more mass adoption of people to start using them and basically not use the other stuff. Because whether it's corporations or government, they all want control. And in the case of cryptocurrency, it's all about gaining control of your own life and your own self. Now, ironically, they're not these corporations like Google and them are not the only ones creating a marketplace. There was some big news this past week where Coinbase is creating a marketplace. They managed to bring over a number of people from Google that want to see the cryptocurrency market grow. They wanted to see more mass adoption of people using cryptocurrencies and basically free themselves from the way the world's run today. Now, what Coinbase is looking at doing is they're trying to create a marketplace where people can use their cryptos to buy or sell goods. And I think that's only the beginning. They're looking more at a lot of the corporations like Walmart and that are looking at the Amazon model, where they're going to start going into all different aspects of the marketplace. And you're going to see exactly the same thing coming out of Coinbase. I think Coinbase is only the beginning. I'm sure there's going to be other entities out there trying to create a marketplace too to do exactly the same thing. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these other exchanges tried to do the same thing, or decentralized exchanges, which would be very interesting to see a future of decentralized marketplaces. So there's definitely a lot going on. There is the potential, they're going to try to do everything to shut it down. And that's from both the corporate side as well as the government side. But it's going to be very, very challenging. Well, if you really look at how the world's forming, like I was saying before, think of cyberpunk, because eventually that is our future. And the more and more I look at it, the more I see it all coming together. You're going to see corporations gaining more power. You're going to see individuals rising up, gaining their own powers individually. And then the one group that's going to lose out the most is going to be government fiat power. Well, that's all for now. If you enjoy some of the content or the information, at least I'm trying to put on these videos, just be sure to like and subscribe down below. And as I go throughout the time on making more of these videos, hopefully as I get more practice and development, I can make better quality, more interesting videos. Till next time.